Hold up, Knight. Let me make one thing clear. As a member of the Brotherhood, you serve under my command. If you want my respect, you will have to earn it. When I give you a mission, I expect results. Is that clear?
Perfectly.
Good. Paladin Dance has already briefed me on your search for the missing recon team. I want that resolved. Do you have anything to report?
I've completed my investigation into the missing recon team. Paladin Brandis was the only survivor.
Brandis? What happened to him?
I'm worried about him. He's paranoid, unstable.
I'm not surprised. All that time alone must have taken a toll on him.
He's alive and well, but he wants to be left alone.
He's given up. I expected better from him. What a waste. Very well. Is there anything else?
What should I do with their tags?
I'll accept them. The Brotherhood will remember their sacrifice.
Do you want their holotapes?
Thank you. I'll see that they make it to their next of kin.
That's all.
I'll prepare a full report for the Elder. In the meantime, allow me to offer you a new suit of armor. Bear it with distinction. This was no easy mission, Knight. Well done. Now, I have a more pressing matter that requires your attention. I've received reports that supplies have been disappearing from our supply depot at the airport. I suspect this may be an inside job.
You're worried about petty theft?
It's hardly petty. More than 20 crates are unaccounted for. I want you to take charge of this investigation. Report to Night Sergeant Gavel at the base. He commands our logistics division. He can familiarize you with his unit and the depot. Beyond that, you have leave to conduct your investigation as you see fit. Report your findings directly to me. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
I expect results. See that I get them. Dismissed.
Pinging remote units at 30-second intervals as requested.
Tomorrow's tactical briefing has been postponed. A new time and date will be forthcoming.
It sounds like we owe you our gratitude.
If you run into any synths, shoot to kill. We don't take prisoners. If Elder Maxon ordered me to follow him to the gates of hell, I'd be the first one to kick them open.
Huh? I never liked having squires in World of Warship. But Maxon
How can a machine believe it's alive? It's ridiculous.
Cold steel, angry scowls, lousy haircuts.
Unless
All
you
the
like
touches
getting
I can
radiation
expect
sickness,
from
I'd
the
stay
brother.
away from ferals.
Sir.
I'm occupied at the moment. We'll speak later.
Do you need any help with the signal interceptor?
I could use your help finding parts for the beam emitter.
I'd scout out pre-war military bases for...
Proctor Ingram?
Do you need any help with the signal interceptor?
Not now.
You still have a lot more to do.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
If Dumb and Ugly had a child, it'd be a super mutant.
Let me guess. Captain Kells sent you?
The captain said you could brief me on the missing supplies.
Let's take this somewhere more private. Follow me. We've converted this section of the terminal into our primary supply depot. Everything the Brotherhood needs to operate passes through here. Supplies from the Prydwen, salvage from the field, we handle it all. Access is strictly limited to the logistics detail, and we track every crate, every bullet, every bolt that comes through that door.
The Institute and their technological abominations need to be stopped at any cost.
Which is why I don't take kindly to these accusations. I know every soldier in this unit. The thought that anyone would question their loyalty makes me sick. If you've got questions, ask. Otherwise, stay out of our way.
Tell me about the missing supply.
We're down over 20 crates, if you believe the scribes. All food. Dried meat, Instamash, mac and cheese. It doesn't make sense. I could see someone stealing weapons or tech, but our thief goes to all this trouble for a lifetime supply of cram?
Where should I begin my investigation?
You shouldn't. This is a waste of time. I've already spoken with my men. They haven't seen anything. Tegan's scribes just fouled up the books again. If you insist on questioning someone, go bother Lucia or Clark. I can spare them.
So, there are some rumors out there.
That's all for now, Sergeant.
Take my advice. Poke around a little. Then tell the captain to let it go. It's not worth your time or mine.
You hear about the thefts, right? Look, I already told Sergeant Gavel everything I know.
Watch your tone, Initiate.
Sorry, sir. Look, I want to get to the bottom of this as much as anyone. What do you want to know?
What's the security situation here like?
We're in the middle of a hardened military base, under constant guard. Nothing's getting in or out of here without us knowing about it.
You really think the base is that secure?
I do. And even if something did make it into the supply depot, there are knights on duty in here at all times. We'd see something.
Tell me about the missing supplies.
I really don't know anything. I've heard the rumors, same as everyone else. That's all.
What rumors have you heard?
Well, they say raiders with stealth boys hit the terminal every night. That supplies disappear faster than we can bring them in. It's a lot of garbage. I usually work the night shift. Believe me, the only thing you risk dying of is boredom.
Tell me about the logistics unit.
There are what, 10 of us now? Something like that. Our division reports to Proctor Tegan, up on the Prydwen. Sergeant Gavel handles day-to-day operations. He's run logistics for years. Other than the sergeant, there's Lucia, me, the scribes, and a few other knights who aren't fit for field duty.
Lucia?
I'm sorry, Knight Lucia. We were both assigned here a few weeks ago.
That's all, Initiate?
Knight?
When it comes to keeping the Prydwen running, Proctor Ingram's
Knight?
the best.
Copper wire. Copper wire. Could you tell me where... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. Knight Lucia, Logistics. What can I do for you, Knight?
I have some questions about the missing supplies.
I'm not sure I can be of much help, but, what do you want to know?
What's the security like around here?
It's tight. At least 2 knights and a scribe on duty at all times. And we've got the entire base right here. We don't have much to worry about.
Is there any way to get past all that security?
Well, you'd have to be in logistics. We're the only ones authorized to bring supplies in or out. Then what? Well, there's no way you'd get a full crate of supplies off base. With all the patrols, someone would notice. But why steal anything in the first place? The Brotherhood provides everything we need. No one here has any connection to the Commonwealth. I don't know. None of this makes any sense.
Do you know anything about the missing supplies?
Not really. I've heard it's mostly food and, vacuum tubes? No, sorry, they just lost those.
You lost some vacuum tubes? How often are supplies lost around here?
Someone had just filed them in the wrong place, apparently. Clark found them the next day. The little things do happen, but it never amounts to much. The sergeant may complain, but Proctor Tegan and his scribes are very thorough. 1 or 2 crates, maybe, but not this many.
What's it like working in logistics?
It's not a bad post. Sergeant Gavel is tough, but I've learned a lot from working here. I guess some people take to it and some don't. Like Clark.
What about Clark?
We joined the Brotherhood around the same time, about 2 years ago. We've always been friends. Well, until recently.
Why? What happened?
I don't know, honestly. He's just been distant lately. I'm sorry. It's probably nothing.
That's all for now.
Let me know if you need anything else. Now, where was I?
No luck? I told you it was a waste of time. Listen, I questioned every soldier in this unit. I didn't find anything. You're not going to find anything. If you insist on going through with this, stop bothering my men and go look for some real evidence. Hell, you've got the captain's backing. You could search every damn berth on the Pridwin, and no one would raise a finger to stop you. Now, is there anything else you need from me?
Lucia and Clark?
Knight Lucia and Initiate Clark. They were just posted to this detail a few weeks ago. They're still learning their way around, but I'll have them in shape soon enough. If you have to badger someone with your questions, it might as well be them.
Tell me about the logistics division.
I've been in charge of this unit for almost 10 years now. We're a small group. We stick together. And we keep the Brotherhood running.
That's all.
We'll stop the Institute. For Maxon and for the Brotherhood.
The last person that disobeyed Captain Kells ended up scraping rust off the Pridwin's hull. From the outside.
late for muster one more time. Don't let Maxon's age fool you.
Bob Crosheim, not Bing. In case you got confused. I sometimes do. About a lot of things.
Attention. Due to increased raider activity, all leave requests to off-base sites have been temporarily suspended. Affected parties will have their leave compensated at the next available opportunity. That is all.
Well, there's this article.
Got it.
The newspaper, Public Occurrences. Boy. It's
Leave you out.
I mean, I'm not saying anyone is a sin. You know, I'm not saying it's correct at all. And you know, of course, the mayor. I mean, I've asked to read. I have a statement from the mayor's office. You know, it's well, I mean, it just says here there's nothing to worry about. That it's, you know, safe and all. Everybody. Kind of. It's crazy stuff, right?
Personal log. United States Army Staff Sergeant Michael Daly. This past Saturday, October 23rd, while en route to West Stockbridge, a vertibird crashed into the roof of this museum.
If you haven't been a good neighbor recently, like I certainly haven't, because I haven't been anywhere, you might not know about the latest news there. You may have heard the name Bobby No-Nose, which, out of context, sounds pretty funny. But I mean, she's a ghoul, so it's actually sort of, you know, literal. Anyway, there was talk, so I hear that she was maybe up to something, a heist, as they say, hypothetically, something sort of big. I guess, yeah, maybe. Who knows though? Well, she sort of disappeared. No sign of her. And nothing has gone missing, at least not that I've heard of, which I realize isn't so much. This is a serious news story! Don't undercut yourself! Did the job go wrong? Or was it so successful that, just no one knows about it? There may never be answers, which makes it kind of hard to, you know, report on it. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Are you a pistol-packing mama? If you are, this song is about you.
So you're the new knight I heard about? Glad to have you on the team.
What is it now?
I never get used to this filing system. Did you need something?
You've been covering for Clark. Why?
What? What are you talking about?
I read your journal, Lucia. I want to know what's going on here.
You what? All right. Clark and I joined the Brotherhood around the same time. He's been my closest friend for years, but since the battle, I feel like I'm losing him.
The battle?
Battle for the airport. It was our first real combat mission. It was something to see. The Pridwin coming in under full vertebrate escort, guns blazing. We were one of the first teams to hit the ground. Dozens of ferals. We opened fire and cut them down, and hunted the ones that tried to run. It was everything I had hoped for. But Clark, he hasn't been the same since. It's like he's just given up. Since then, I've noticed him slipping off by himself, once or twice a day. I never thought much of it, but do you think you could follow him? See what he's doing? His shift should be over in a few minutes. Maybe it's nothing, but I'm worried about him.
All right, that's it for today.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
I'm gonna head back in a few minutes. Don't wait up.
Going
No
down.
use. Never got a card.
Facility.
Need to find the card.
Blue, something's not right here.
Please watch your step.
What was that?
Won't be able to pick this.
Something's out there. Come to that.
That King Cole there, he's just the best, isn't he? If you haven't been a good like I certainly haven't, because I haven't been anywhere, you might not know about the latest news there. You may have heard the name Bobby No-Nose. Pretty funny. But I mean, she's a ghoul, so it's actually sort of literal. Anyway, there was talk, so I hear that she was maybe up to something, a heist, as they say, hypothetically, something sort of big. I guess. Yeah, maybe. Who knows though? Well. She sort of, disappeared?
Expected? Blue, we're not alone here. I see you!
Did the job go wrong? Or was it so successful that, there may never be answers, which makes it kind of hard to, report on it. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Do you know someone who gambles? Then maybe this will make you laugh. Or, I guess it might make you really unhappy.
The train will be arriving at this platform in minutes. Please remain clear of the track.
Damn.
Passing through cars is prohibited.
Digits, Blue! Here's trouble!
Come on. Give it a try. There. Huh? Who's there? Come out. You.
Hey, Clark.
What are you doing down here?
I want answers, Clark. Start talking. Or else.
Someone was bound to catch me eventually. I can't keep this up forever.
Out with it.
All right, I stole the damn supplies. Isn't it obvious? I'm in logistics. No one even questioned me when I took them out of the terminal. I've been bringing them down here at night to feed the ghouls. It's been working. So far.
What do you mean it's been working? Why are you doing this?
It's a long story. I had a friend who was a ghoul once. As human as you or me. But the Brotherhood says ghouls are abominations. They all deserve to die. Would you kill him too? Just because of who he is?
Was he a feral?
What difference does it make? Weren't they all human once? I joined the Brotherhood 2 years ago. In all that time, I never doubted our beliefs. Never questioned them. But during the battle for the airport, the ghouls, they just kept coming. I killed, I don't even know how many. They started running away, but we kept going. I killed them. I killed them all.
What did you expect? You knew what the Brotherhood stood for.
But I didn't. Not really. Not until that moment. After the battle, I needed some time to think. I found this place. And the ghouls. What could I do? Report it, and they'd all be killed. Ignore them, and they'd attack the base. I thought, if I brought them food, maybe they'd just stay down here. There wouldn't have to be any more killing. Do you think I did the right thing?
Of course not. You betrayed the Brotherhood. You put all of our lives at risk.
The Brotherhood is wrong. If we just kill everything we fear, are we really any better than the ghouls? What are you gonna do with them anyway?
They're monsters, Clark. They have to be destroyed.
No! No, I won't just stand by and let you kill them. Not again.
I found this in the ruins.
It's Knight Ryland's holotag. He worked in the terminal with me. They killed him, didn't they? And as long as they're here, more Knights are gonna die. I can't be responsible for that. And what about me?
I have to report this. When I do, they'll come for you. You need to get away before that happens.
Leave the Brotherhood? Just like that? You're right. I don't have a future here. I need a few minutes to get my thoughts together. Go on ahead. The elevator's in the next room. You can use my keycard. I'll be up soon.
What a waste. No, no, no! Wouldn't want to be in your shoes. Watch out. Get this over with, shall we?
All in one piece. I can carry something if you need me to.
And that was Frankie Carl there. Well, I mean, I guess it was never mind.
Poor bastards. Where'd they go?
If you haven't been a good neighbor recently, like I certainly haven't, because I haven't been anywhere, you might not know about the latest news there. You may have heard the name Bobby No-Nose, which, out of context, was pretty funny. But I mean, a ghoul, so, you know,
Clark.
literal.
Go on. I'll head up soon.
Anyway, there was talk, still I hear, that she was, maybe up to something? A heist, as they say, hypothetically?
Going up.
Sort of big, I guess? Yeah, maybe. Who knows,
Lower
though?
level.
Well, she sort of, disappeared. No sign of her. And nothing has gone missing, at least not that I've heard of, which I realize isn't saying much.
This is a serious news story! Don't undercut yourself!
Did the job go wrong? Or was it so successful that, just no one knows about it? There may never be answers, which makes it kind of hard to, you know, report on it. Maybe I shouldn't have tried.
The 5 stars are up next, singing
The
about
human-looking
the lake.
synths are the work.
I guess maybe one of them might learn. I mean, it couldn't have been all of them. That would,
They hide in plain sight.
well, that would just create workplace tension. Here's the 5 stars.
Unless you like getting shot,
Report, Knight. Have you completed your investigation into the missing supplies?
The ruins beneath the airport are filled with ghouls. Initiate Clark has been stealing rations to feed them.
He was what? God, you're serious. He betrayed his oath to the Brotherhood, stole our supplies, and tried to help those abominations? Where is he? What happened to him?
He fled. He's probably long gone by now.
I expected as much. It's a shame. I had high hopes for him. Very well. We'll consider this matter closed. I have some caps for your service. Since you've proven your capabilities, we have squires in need. They're young. I think it's time.
I'm happy to help out.
Excellent. A squire will be waiting.
joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life.
You old bucket of bolts, it's Marty. I know it's been a while, but I came across a little mystery I thought might get your circuits firing. You remember that ugly grasshopper statue on top of Faneuil Hall? Turns out it's got a note in it. A note written by the son of one Shem Drown. I don't expect that name means anything to you, but the guy was a coppersmith. Way back when folks did shit like that. Apparently, this note leads straight to the old guy's stash. I don't know what's in it, but I'd sure like to know if it's still there. I'm gonna go do a little recon on the hall. If you decide you want to get the team back together, you let me know.
Bring me some mute fruits for seeding, and there'll be caps in your pocket. Off you go, then.
Welcome to GRAYGARDEN, darling. This is the Commonwealth's first and only hydroponics facility, run entirely by robots.
That's pretty ingenious. I bet you can work around the clock.
And you're happy working those kinds of hours?
Of course, darling. Our unique hierarchy allows for constant operation. You see, there are two kinds of robots here. The worker drones carry out labor and maintenance. We supervisors, that is myself, green and brown, possess sophisticated cognition processors. We are capable of complex analysis and decision-making, a testament to the genius of our creator, Dr. Edward Gray.
I remember him. He was one of Robco's senior engineers, but more than a little eccentric.
You seem a bit confused, darling. You're far too young to remember anything that happened before the war.
I was in a vault. They put me in cryogenic freeze.
Remarkable. I must say, darling, you seem very well preserved. Now, where was I? Robotics and artificial intelligence were our creator's great passions, rivaled only by his love of television. Perhaps you've noticed that I possess a rather singular personality, as do the other supervisors.
You are quite the firecracker.
Well, it's definitely unique. Sort of hard to miss.
I'll take that as a compliment, darling. After all, the last thing any woman wants to be is ordinary. A few other things you should know. Talk to Green if you need supplies. If it's caps you require, Brown might have a few odd jobs. There's one other thing. question, really. Tell me, darling, what do you think of the water around here?
It's awful.
Isn't it, though? Pressure's down, radiation is up. Why, it's practically toxic. Just think what it must be doing to my skin. This will never do. I don't mean to impose, darling, but perhaps you could lend us...
Crazy old robot. All right.
Marvelous. Simply marvelous. Most of our water comes from the old Western plant, south of here. Such an eyesore. Be a dear and pay a visit, See what you can do. Maybe tidy up the place. It must be filthy. If you can get it working again, I'm sure I can come up with something for you.
So... to worry about much back then, did they?
Deacon? Is that you?
Like the disguise? It's Wastelander camo. This is my pile of garbage, asshole. Back off. Good, right? You're lucky I didn't do one of my face swaps, too.
You can change your face?
I put myself under the knife every year or two. New face, new body. You know, the full makeover. It keeps our enemies guessing.
I almost didn't recognize you.
That's the point. So, about the job. The railroad's only recently been using the old North Church. Our old base was underneath the Slocum's Joe. We had a pretty sweet setup until the Institute found us.
Tough break.
And then some. The survivors didn't have time to grab anything. So, we're getting something important we had to leave behind.
Go on.
We got a tourist nearby. He or she has information on the base, so let's pump him for information before we dive in. For now, I'll take point.
This is Diamond City Radio.
So I'm looking for rail signs, symbols we use to send messages to each other. If you like that, we got signs and countersigns, dead drops,
Yes, you
even a
are.
secret handshake.
This song
Alright,
is about
maybe the handshake never got on. Anyway, the tourists should have a trail left for us. Here we go. Rail sign. The arrow in the center.
Once your friend gets here, how about we have a chat, huh? Oh, thank God. You have a Geiger counter? Do you have a goddamn Geiger counter?
Mine is in the shop.
Who the hell is he? HQ said they were sending one agent, not two.
Sorry, I'm new. He's just showing me the ropes.
All right. The wall is my witness. I thought I was dead. It's about goddamn time you headquarters bastards got here.
Ease up there, pal, or we're gonna have a problem.
I already got problems, asshole. That little Slocum's Joe of yours is crawling with goddamn chrome dome synth sons of bitches. The front's fortified to hell and back. They placed mines all over the goddamn place.
What do you mean by chrome dome synths?
You know, them early model synths. Looks like metal wrapped over mechanical innards. You see them here and there doing who knows what for the Institute.
I appreciate all you've done.
I hope it helps. I really do. As soon as it's safe, I'm getting the hell out of here. So if you need anything else, better ask soon.
Well, isn't Ricky just a ray of sunshine? You think he's telling the truth?
He doesn't strike me as the dishonest type.
Yeah, that's my read too. First rule in this business is never go against your gut. So, if we take him at his word, the front door has mines, synths, and probably other fun and exciting prizes. So, we're going in through the escape tunnel.
I say we go through the front door, minefield or not.
What? If you think we got the mojo for that, I'll back your play. You first.
You need something else?
prisoners hidden by... For the love of... The Institute bastards powered up the elevator. We kill all of them, and we still gotta go in the back way. Well, the slightly bright side here is it'll be easy getting out. You buy that? I don't.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
We're in. The back entrance is safer, but be ready for Gen 1s and...
Can't break the code.
We're in. The back entrance is safer, but be ready for Gen 1s and 2s. So it's time you learn why we're here. We're retrieving a prototype developed by our good Dr. Carrington.
What can you tell me about the Gen 1s and 2s?
The synths didn't start off as nigh-perfect copies of human beings. The Institute had to work up to that level of hubris. Gen 1s and 2s were stepping stones along the way. The Railroad's not fully united on how we feel about them.
Who's Dr. Carrington?
All goes well, you'll meet him soon enough.
Ready to go.
First step is to override the security lockdown. Well, the terminal's on at least. I'm gonna feed it some passwords. No. Nope. No. Ah, missed one, you cocky bastards. The prototype's deeper inside. Someone left a rail sign here. This one means danger. Yeah, we know. That bastard. We know.
Is someone present? Attacking!
Looks like Maven managed to hide something before... Well, you know. Look around.
Hello. Movement detected. Curious.
Hey, probably saved some lives.
You must die now.
I don't want to set the world on fire. Irony. Well, some people help me stay in the air. People like this.
Ah, missed one, you... Cocky bastards. The prototype's deeper inside. Someone left a rail...
Is someone present?
Wait, see the box in the center of that rail sign? It's cash. Looks like...
Movement detected. Curious.
initiated.
Spots. That was that. Good idea. Singing, I don't want to set the world on fire. Irony.
Guess they're not interested in sharing, huh?
You're listening to Diamond City Radio. If you're listening at all. I mean, Uranium Fever is on next, and well, I'm pretty sure enough time has gone by that we can all find the humor in this subject.
Another active terminal. We didn't have time to trip the defenses up ahead. Power them up, and we can give our friends a little surprise.
Hello.
Attacking human.
By order of the Institute, you must be destroyed. Following Institute protocol, eliminating hostile.
Got it.
Stealth capabilities fascinating. Hostile sensor reading detected. Enemy. Combat subroutine. Eliminating all hostile. Systems offline.
Bye-bye, Gen 1s. Prepare to be shocked. That ugly Slocum's Joe has a massive top. Complex underneath it. We're entering a secret defense intelligence agency research lab, a place that never officially existed. It's called the Switchboard. The prototype is locked up in the heart of the facility.
Just going to waste otherwise.
Contact detected? Possibly. Gone. Excellent. Hello, you must die now, human. An enemy may be utilizing stealth. How? Attacking human.
It would appear my target has disappeared. Engaging hostile life force.
Gotta find the terminal.
There were people here.
Carrington, Stanley, Salus Acrote, Suprema Lex.
Open says me. So Tommy Whispers didn't make it out. He died protecting our secrets. Let me see. Tommy would want you to have his hand cannon. Don't let its size fool you.
Why are you giving this to me?
Our best agents carry special ordnance made by Tinker Tom. He's... well, you'll know when you meet him. Call this gun a vote of confidence. Grab Carrington's prototype.
Hey.
Can I do?
There we go.
The elevator's at the end of the hall. Should be easy to power up and get out since we already cleared the path, right?
Going up.
I hope you enjoyed that last song. Okay.
Tinker, tinker, tinker. Strong boy.
So, this radio station here, we don't really make any caps. And, there are, well, some people help me stay in the air. People like this. Why drink dirty radioactive water when you could have it pure and bottled?
You know
Shank
what?
Kowalski's
Since we
Clean Water
talked,
Market.
I'm feeling swell. Look at the two of us here in Sanctuary, prepared for the future.
Is that the name of the next song? I know it might be there. Probably didn't work. That's fine. Here's the song.
You just say the word. Take a look.
I know I'm not the only person here who's lost someone.
You know that settlement you sent me to help? They've decided to join the Minutemen.
That's great news. I knew you were the right person for the job. By the way, you should have one of these flare guns. You can use it to signal. Not much use yet. So, I don't think I ever told you what happened to the Minutemen.
Are you really the last Minuteman?
Maybe not literally. There must be a lot of former Minutemen out there who gave it up in disgust after the Quincy massacre. But we were the last active group of Minutemen. And now, well, it's just me.
As long as you don't give up, the Minutemen will survive.
I'm not about to give up, but I can't protect the Commonwealth all by myself. Hell, I could barely protect these people. That's why I'm talking to you. I can't rebuild the Minutemen, but I think you can.
Hey, that means a lot coming from you, Garvey.
I appreciate that. Does that mean you'll do it?
Okay, I'll do it.
It's gonna be a lot of responsibility, but I know you'll make this place better.
Good. Good. Welcome aboard. I feel like this is a whole new start for them. Don't worry.
That's quite a promotion you just gave me.
The leader of the Minutemen has always held the rank of general. Our last leader was General Becker. After he died back in '82, nobody could agree on who should take his place. The one good thing about being the last Minuteman is there's no one to argue with me when I say you're the new general. Now it's your job to make it more than an empty title. I've got something a bit different for you.
Uh-huh.
Our scouts have found a promising spot for a new settlement. The trouble is, once you clear it out, before you know it,
You know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look at
Sprung want to smash something.
Prepared for the future.
How'd you find your son?
Another settlement has sent word that they need our help. We've got to show people the Minutemen can really help them.
Strong hope we find milk of human kindness soon.
Thank you. It's like I can finally think straight.
And the new guy patched me up, put me on his shoulder, and blasted his way through the rest of the complex. Synths everywhere.
Carrying you the whole time?
Amazing, right?
That's one word for it. Deacon told me you single-handedly secured Carrington's prototype, disabled a minefield, and wiped out 100 Gen 1s. So is any of that true?
Every word he said was true, and then some.
A full 100. I can't even imagine.
See? Just like I said, boss.
I was expecting Deacon to grab a full team, including Glory, to secure that prototype. But instead, just the two of you cleared out the entire switchboard.
You'd be insane not to sign him up, Des.
You've certainly made an impression on Deacon. He's never spoken about, or lied about, anyone so highly before. Welcome to the Railroad, Agent.
Glad to be aboard.
It seems we're very lucky to have you. So you're in. Now we need to know what to call you. Secrecy keeps us alive. Code names are a part of that. So what's yours?
Have any suggestions?
No. It doesn't work like that. Your life, your name, your choice.
Let me think.
It's a big decision. Take your time.
Call me Professor.
You certainly demonstrated your intelligence. Professor it is. Your first official order is to deliver Dr. Carrington his prototype and see if he can use another pair of hands. But first, it's time to meet the rest of the gang. The location of our HQ is one of our most tightly guarded secrets, so be careful coming in or out. You never...
Bob Crosby there.
Hey.
This is it.
Where to? You know, I still really appreciate the fact that you're not an
But
idiot.
it's safe, and we've taken precautions not to be surprised again. Things are
Thanks. You too.
No, I didn't mean like... I could just use some help.
This isn't the sort of thing I'd normally bother anyone else with, but you just seem really good with people, and I've got this issue with my sister, Nat, becoming me.
Sounds pretty funny.
All right, what's the issue?
I'm just terrified she's gonna start taking up like her big sis. I mean, think about the life we lead. No offense intended, Blue, but personal safety doesn't exactly seem like either of our strong suits. I can't have her ending up like her big sister, dodging bullets and running from all the people she pisses off. It's part of the reason I'm on the road so much. Part of the reason I'm here with you. I keep thinking, maybe if I make myself scarce, if I'm not around her enough, she'll cool off. She'll just go back to being sweet, innocent Nat, paper girl, an all-around upstanding citizen. What do, Blue?
Or was it so successful that, just no one knows about it? There may
You
never
just
be answers,
love her.
which makes it kind of hard to,
Family's precious. The last thing you want to do is drive them away, because you might lose them forever.
You're right. I can't risk that. Thanks, Blue. Who'd expect wandering off with a stranger to turn out this well? They really don't make them like you anymore. You're a hell of a friend, you know that?
The feeling's mutual, Piper.
Ain't that the truth? But hey, thanks again for listening. It's a real weight off my chest to be able to talk it out with someone. So, you wanna hit the road?
It's not an easy road you've chosen, but you're never alone in this.
Ah, it's our newest agent.
Desdemona told me to give you this.
An extraordinary feat to recover this, but that's hardly the point. Without a lick of training, and us knowing hardly anything about you, Des has invited you to join HQ. It would have been nice if she had consulted with her second-in-command. But what's done is done. Since you're here now, we might as well put you to work.
Cut to the chase.
One of our field agents, Old Man Stockton, needs help with the runaway synth, H222. So headquarters, as always, puts out the fires that others can't be bothered to put out themselves. The paranoid old bat won't even tell us the problem. He insists that we get our intel from a dead drop.
He may have a good reason to be paranoid.
Perhaps he does. And maybe he did the other dozen times he's made our agents jump through these unnecessary hoops. The dead drop is a mailbox with a rail sign on it. It's a common means of communication for us, so keep an eye out for them. When you make contact with Stockton, he won't give you the time of day unless you give him the proper countersign. The current sign is, do you have a Geiger counter? And the counter is, mine is in the shop. Please tell me Deacon taught you that at least.
You can trust me with this. I'll get it done.
Just don't bollocks it up too badly. If things go wrong, I'm the one who has to patch everyone back together. Stockton is a prominent businessman at Bunker Hill. The dead drop will be near there. Use the escape tunnel in the back to get there quicker.
Word is, Diamond City is under opposition. Position control.
Vault 81. Have I got some questions for the folks down here?
Hold it right there. Vault 81 security. I don't know where you got your hands on a working Pip-Boy, but you better start talking.
I got it in Vault 111.
Vault 111? Haven't heard of that one yet. And what sort of business are you looking to take care of here in 81?
Just looking to do a little trading.
Is that so? And you expect me to believe that? Oh, Overseer.
Who is it, Edwards?
Ma'am, some new Commonwealth traveler. Not one of our usual traders.
Well, if someone wants in, they can earn it like everyone else. Let me speak to them. Sorry about that. Officer Edwards here was just doing his job. I'm sure you can understand our need for caution. For newcomers, we like to operate on exchange. You help us, we help you.
I'm interested. What is it you need?
Fusion cores. 3, to be exact. You get the fusion cores, we grant the access.
I already have the fusion cores you need.
Really? Well then.
Right.
I'll be down to meet you at the...
Everyone's working hard right now, Cal. You think I don't know that?
Another outsider.
Just do the best with what you can.
What they let you
That's
in
all I'm
for.
asking.
Fine, I'll see what I can do. But you and I both know we can't keep going on like this.
Sorry about that. As you'll soon see, we have a few maintenance projects underway. Gwen McNamara, Overseer. Welcome to Vault 81. Here, we pride ourselves on having maintained a successful vault over these past 2 centuries. We'd like to be completely self-sufficient, but there are certain resources we can't provide ourselves.
I'm impressed you maintained a successful vault for so long.
Thanks. I owe it to the overseers before me, but some here would disagree. A few believe opening the doors to the Commonwealth was a mistake.
Who doesn't love some Louis Jordan? Am I right? I am. Because Louis Jordan...
You should be wary. The Commonwealth is a dangerous place.
Exactly why we rely on a select few traders for our needs. That's why I like to use a give-and-take system. If outsiders are willing to help us, we're willing to help them. Speaking of, if you're ready, I can take those fusion cores from you.
Hang on a minute, and I'll go back to the music that we usually...
Of course. Here they are.
Thank you. Dr. Pensky will greatly appreciate these. Now, I have work to do.
Ma'am, what about his friend here?
I'll allow it. Security is already extra mindful as it is. If he's lived this long in the Commonwealth, I'm sure he's chosen his friends wisely. If you need anything else, I'll be in my office.
Those guys were tough.
I got 2 words on what I expect out of
Guess whoever killed
Hey.
them.
So, you got a new visitor today. Don't say anything, but man, I'd love to be out there.
I don't even know if this is true or not, but...
You should check it out. It's got a lot to offer these days.
Maybe someday. At the rate we're working these days, maybe sooner than later.
But that's just what I heard.
Hope you guys get some breaks at least. You can't work all the time.
Tell me about it. They say it's all the moving parts that have us working round the clock these days. Structurally, I guess 81 is still pretty sound. Vault Tech sure knew what they were doing when they set these places up. Well, I don't want to keep you, and I gotta get back to work. Maybe I'll see you around.
Overall, but, you know, it rhymes.
No, hi. Sorry about the maintenance.
Hey, Ashes.
It never ends.
What are you doing up here? Ashes, where are you going? Ash! Damn it. Aaron's not going to like this.
If you need a doctor, Forsyth and Rachel are down in the medical center. They can patch you up.
Hey there.
Now that you made it in, we'll be keeping an eye on you. So do us all a favor and behave yourself.
Don't want any trouble in 81.
I'm heading out. Don't wait up for me.
Again? But I need your help here.
You haven't needed my help.
Excuse me, Overseer.
Feel free to make the most of the services we offer while you're here.
You're gone more than you're here. Whatever happened to loving... Now, where did I put those screws? I have a perfectly capable husband who refuses to be of any use.
Seeds. I'll need more seeds.
You should stop by and see Horatio while you're here. Can't imagine you come across many barbers in the common.
Excuse me.
You must be that new traveler Gwen let in. It's always nice to see a new face around here.
Nice place you have here.
Why, thank you. Mark and I try to keep her tidy. The Sunshine Diner, we call her. If you need any food for the road or just feeling hungry, you let me know. Our menu isn't quite as exotic as the Commonwealth.
Let's see.
Take your time.
Another new face in the vault, eh? What is it we're needing now, fella?
I'm afraid that information's classified, sir. If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Gwenny let in a good one. That sense of humor is just what this vault needs. The people here, they're a bit overworked these days. Some blame the Overseer. But it ain't Gwenny's fault. Poor girl. Just landed the right position at the wrong time.
It's not easy being a leader.
Truer words were never spoke. I wouldn't want her job in a million years. Well, I best be getting back to it. Don't want the old lady on me again. 62 years old and still fiery as ever.
Hey, I'll be right back. Excuse me. Piper Wright. Public occurrences.
Huh?
If I may, do folks feel safe down here, despite all the lunacy that's going on right above their heads?
Why? Something happening up top?
Oh, you know, it's probably nothing to worry yourself about. Thanks for your time.
Watch out for the maintenance. It never ends around here.
Hi there.
Hey, mister, are you really from the Commonwealth?
Me? No, I'm from the moon. Still got cheese on my shoes.
I guess that was a dumb question. But I bet it's your first time here. I can show you around the vault if you want. Just 5 caps.
Sure, but I'm not paying you.
Okay. Boy, you're a real cheapskate. We'll start over here. This is the depot. The Combs family run it. Aaron and I are best friends. Her mom and dad fight a lot, so I don't like to go in there when they're around. But if you need something, they're the ones that have it.
Good to know, Austin. Thanks.
See, I told you I know things. Next stop, the Overseer. I bet you killed a lot of strange things. Ooh, and raiders. I bet you fought raiders too. The Overseer's office is up there. They're busy up there, and they do not like to be bothered. She makes rules, but she's nice. I like her.
Does she take care of people that break the rules?
Security mostly takes care of the people who break the rules, but she's in charge of all of the security officers. It doesn't happen very often. Next stop, the diner. Now we gotta go downstairs. That's where the diner is. Everybody eats there.
Yeah?
Hey, where are you going? This is the best part.
Hi, Austin.
I can't wait till I don't have to go to school anymore.
Need to
Stay
check the
safe,
water
sir.
pumps again. The water smells funny. You should stop by the lab in the morning and take a look at the new crops. This strain is doing quite well. Very little discoloration. Strong cellular plant structure. I'll have to see how it holds up to exposure.
Huh?
Yes?
You just heard, Billie Holiday.
Dr. Forsyth is asking to see you. Have a moment.
So, this radio
Welcome, welcome.
we don't really make any...
I hope I'm not being presumptuous, but I'd like to ask you a favor.
Well, some people help
Would
me
you
stay in
mind
the air.
donating some
People
medical
like,
samples? Even just a blood
this.
sample.
A portion of this broadcast has been brought to you by... the
Why do you
Mega
need
Surgery
medical samples?
It's for my research. The people of Vault 81 have been genetically isolated from the Commonwealth for many generations. I'm trying to determine what the genetic variation is between the two populations.
I mean, the song is called...
Sure, you can have some blood.
Excellent. Just have a seat, and I'll draw some blood. This'll only take a sec. There. Hardly hurt a bit, eh? Thank you. This will be a great help. Now, I need to get these prepared immediately.
You're that wanderer from the Commonwealth. I'm Rachel. I assist Dr. Forsyth with his medical duties. Are you sick or injured?
Do you get a lot of patients in the vault?
No. The people of this vault are surprisingly healthy. If that's all, I have work to do.
Poor Erin. Her cat got loose in the Commonwealth.
Hey there.
Oh, you're that new traveler. You must have had so many adventures out in the Commonwealth.
Every waking moment's an adventure out there.
Oh my. I knew it. My kids would love to hear some of them. Would you be willing to talk to my class?
I suppose I can tell them a few.
I won't let them take up too much of your time.
Dr. Forsyth and Rachel have plenty of medical supplies to get you stocked up.
Dr. Forsyth.
Yes?
Nice costume. Is it Halloween already?
Would you like to tell the students one of your stories now?
If you want. They aren't that interesting.
Stop being modest. The kids are so excited to hear your stories. Children! Children, listen up! We have a guest today who is going to tell us stories about the Commonwealth.
Did you ever fight a Deathclaw?
I did. With nothing more than a pistol and 3 bullets.
Really?
Raiders surrounded the museum where my friend Preston was holed up. I had to kill them all with my bare hands.
Just your bare hands? Really?
Preston was so scared, I had to finish off the rest of the raiders myself with just a pool cue.
No way. Just a pool cue?
When the Deathclaw crawled out, I grabbed one of the raiders' pistols, but it only had 3 bullets.
I would have run away.
1 shot in each eye and 1 in the forehead took care of that Deathclaw.
Wow. You must be a good shot.
Thank you so much for that story. Children, say thank you.
Thank you.
And we have a thank you gift for you. Here.
Whoa! A real live Commonwealth person. You dress funny.
Nice costume. Is it Halloween already?
Please direct any maintenance requests to Mr. DeLuca.
Hey, outsider. Do me a favor. If my good-for-nothing brother asks you for Jet, tell him to buzz off.
You're obviously upset.
Look, he's a junkie, but he's getting careless. If he gets caught, we're both in trouble. And as much as I'd like to leave this canned paradise, that's not how I want to go.
You should talk to him. Let him know he's screwing up.
Believe me, I have. It's not as easy as it sounds. Now I admit, but not anymore. I'm cutting off his useless ass.
If he's addicted, it won't help. He'll get his chems somewhere else.
Why do you think I'm talking to you? The only other place he could get chems is from outsiders. Believe me, if someone else was dealing...
Hey, the outsider. You lost? No trading going on down here.
This is an interesting room.
Really? Guess maybe for an outsider. Just the old generators down here. Oh, and hey, if you got any jet on you, I may be willing to take it off your hands. Say 75 caps?
I'm not a dealer. I don't sell drugs.
Hey, forget I asked. Seriously. And if you could keep this little conversation under wraps, I'd appreciate it. Just don't let Tina know. She'd be all over my ass.
Tired of working. Tired of this vault.
Old Rusty.
Please direct any maintenance requests to...
Damn it. I was just holding that wrench.
Thanks, Horatio. I love it. I didn't think I'd ever make it in with the hours I've been working.
But you did, and now you look completely refreshed.
Perfect.
Is that one worth reading?
A couple months and you come back and see me again. Now, off with you. Get some rest.
No promises there. but I'll try.
I was hoping you'd stop by. Now I know from experience that...
Uh-huh. Sure.
All right. Let's see what the Commonwealth has to work with. Just have a seat.
Hey, Horatio.
Have a seat, my friend.
Time for some news, I guess. Sure, why not? So, there's that saying that sometimes truth is better. No, not better. Truth is stranger than fiction. Well, you know the radio plays that I air sometimes, occasionally in the right order. You know the Silver Shroud. It sounds like
perhaps some color
someone takes
today,
them really
or...
seriously.
I guess like that's a no.
Hybridization.
There are,
It's got to be a
reports,
flaw in the
about sightings
hybridization.
of the Silver Shroud in the Commonwealth.
Our Commonwealth guest, welcome to the depot. And pardon the clutter, I don't get much time to tidy up these days.
Anyway, I guess... Oh man, this is so weird.
I didn't even notice.
Thanks for being polite. Let me know if there's something I can get for you. I've got a little bit of everything lying around here. When you're dealing with items that are all over 200 years old, work just accumulates like crazy. Some days it's all I can do to keep my head above water. But you probably don't want to hear about all that.
I might be.
Great, I have all...
There's a superhero out there defending justice, I guess. Or at least killing people that hopefully deserve it. How about Johnny Mercer? Kind of wonder if this one is supposed to be a joke. Does anyone know?
Hey. Heads up. Heads up.
Your Pip-Boy ever act up on?
Aaron's cat managed to get out of the vault. Can't imagine it lived too long out there in the Commonwealth.
Pardon me, officer.
If you're looking to do some trading, look for the depot. Alexis has just about anything you could need.
Stick to the roads, and you got a better chance of surviving. Too many miles on the road. At least the pay is terrible.
You're dead!
This bug is already over, human.
Skeeter Davis, a name I still find... If you haven't been a good neighbor recently, like I certainly haven't, because I haven't been anywhere, you might not know about the latest news there. You may have heard the name Bobby No-Nose, which, out of context, sounds pretty funny. But I mean, she's a ghoul. Anyway, there was talk, so I hear that she was yes. Who knows?
gone missing, at least not that I've heard of, which isn't much.
This is a serious news story! Don't undercut yourself!
Did the job go wrong? Or was it so successful that, just no one knows about it?
Yeah!
There may never be answers.
You're dead!
Makes it kind of hard to, you know, report on it. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. Frankie Carl wrote a song about tomorrow. Or at least, his version of tomorrow. Which is pretty different from mine.
Charging into a situation, guns
By the time you
blazing.
showed your face,
Good way to
I
get
take it
yourself
that area's clear?
Affirmative.
That's what I like to hear. Here's what you're owed. Commonwealth is a big place. If you need time to
I'm ready.
Good. I'll mark the location on... See you when the... I'm proud to be serving under Elder Maxon. I had enough of Lyons and his foolish ways.
You know what? Since we talked,
Hold up a sec. This should send a message to the gunners to stay off my back.
I'm sure they heard you loud and clear.
Definitely.
With the Gunners, it's always about the bottom line. And they just lost this entire way station, and that cost them big. Besides, they have no way of knowing I was involved. Anyway, I guess I owe you a favor now. After all, you hired me, but I'm the one that dragged you out here.
You don't owe me. You clearly needed the help.
Sure, but I like everything to remain nice and even. And you're one up on...
Uh-huh.
Tell you what, I'm going to give you back the caps you paid me in Good Neighbor. I'll still stick with you because that was part of the original deal, but now we're even. There you go. I guess we're done here. Lead on.
Yeah.
Sanctuary. Bottoms up.
close. All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor.
Hey there.
Better check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together on a single grid.
Yeah, seen the, well, there's this article.
Do you need any help with the signal interceptor?
Not now.
You still have a lot more to do. Better get back to work.
I'm not saying anyone's, I'm not saying it's correct. And you know, of course, the mayor.
You.
We're close.
I have to read.
All we need is enough power to fire up the signal interceptor. Better check all your connections and make sure all the components are wired together on a single grid.
There's nothing to worry about. That it's, you know, safe and all, everybody.
I'll send for you if I...
It's crazy stuff, right? I mean, weird. Anyway, it's, well, it's something to think about, I guess. So, right, okay. Let's do a song by the Three Sons, because, well, there's three sons will be dead soon.
I'm occupied at the moment. We'll speak later.
Elder Maxon.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it to the test?
Lab rat, standing by.
All of us are aware of the risks you're taking, and we salute you. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
I knew this was a suicide mission.
Be proud. Your bravery in the face of the unknown exemplifies what it means to be part of the Brotherhood. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything I'm about to tell you. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist with various projects. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
How did the Brotherhood meet Dr. Lee?
She was part of a civilian project in the capital wasteland that the Brotherhood appropriated. It wasn't difficult to convince her to stay. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
What sort of differences?
Although she was working with the Brotherhood of Steel, she never formally joined as a scribe. After the capital wasteland was secured, she objected to the Brotherhood's continued military presence there. I think she assumed we would just walk away from it all. She was wrong. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her to return to the Brotherhood of Steel. There's a special project we're working on, and it needs her attention.
What's this project that needs her attention?
Sorry, that information is classified. Listen to me, Knight.
Sure.
I'm well aware that you're risking your life. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they say sway you from your duty. Good luck.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. Are you in or are you out? Make up your mind.
You have your assignment, soldier. Move out.
Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
Tex Beneke, folks. If you haven't been a good neighbor recently, like I certainly haven't, because I haven't been anywhere.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
You may have heard the name Bobby.
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
Pretty funny. But I mean, she's a ghoul, so it's actually sort
Welcome to the Institute.
literal. Anyway, there was talk.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable.
Report on it. Maybe.
I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
These bad people, they stole you from me.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Those bastards, they took you from me.
What's going on? Father? Father!
Sean, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here, help me!
Damn it. Sean, open the door.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
This is insane. All of it.
The degree of trauma you're experiencing right now is understandable. Please, just try to relax. I know this is all difficult to take in.
I want answers, asshole. Now.
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity, but I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
Bullshit.
Is it? After all the things you've seen and experienced in the Commonwealth? Think about it. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality, and here I am. Raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
Right, wrong, irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic. Plenty of that, even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above. Members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
"60 years. So much time. Wasted."
I know. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Collateral?
Killed? Yes. Murdered? I'm not so sure about that. Still, I do regret never having known her. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking, but what else?
Your mother.
Yes. I've gone over them.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
I forget that it's been such a short time for you. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had my entire life to cope with the loss. Has it always been easy? Of course not. But I've done my best to move on and live my life. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral damage to a minimum. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. I will freely admit that. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. What else can I say to ease...
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
They're scared of you, Sean. Scared of the Institute.
People are always frightened by what they don't understand. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss. But The Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we approach them. I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what you want?
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified.
Right.